correctional industries have become more professional and businesslike in their approach, particularly since the 1980s. Most people would be surprised to know that we have factories that are ISO compliant, which is a international quality standard, or that we've manufactured sophisticated cable assemblies for our nation's military, including the Cobra helicopter. We build a Kevlar helmet, Army combat uniform, and other critical items for our soldiers in Iraq. We work in partnership with companies like Northrop Grumman. We key patent applications, and we outfit our Border Patrol vehicles. Inmates participate in Lean Six Sigma business process improvement teams. These are just some of the things that we're doing. As far as problems that we face and the challenges, history, as you know, has a tendency to repeat itself. And they are in many ways similar to those that we faced in the past. How do we debunk the myths surrounding prison labor and convey a positive message about the benefits of correctional industries towards enhancing workforce development? Another challenge is really the one of growth. How do we grow our program within the confines of a limited market?
Yeah. You know, what I'm thinking is that we're going to be talking about dispelling myths later, but you just dispelled one myth, hopefully for a lot of people maybe new, and that is that correctional industries isn't just all about making license plates and furniture, that it's very sophisticated, very professional. And I'm assuming that there are lessons you've learned over time in correctional industries that you're applying to achieving your goals and outcomes for what you want to the future. Mm-hmm. What are some of those?
Well, correctional industries has evolved over the decades and learned that perhaps the best way to be successful as a program is to emulate the practices of business. That is, to do the basics well, build quality products, and deliver to our customers on time. In doing so, these practices offer the best opportunities for inmates to learn and glean the real-world work skills, and in order to be successful when they leave prison. In many respects, though, prison industries, due to the stigma, have to be even one step better than the basics. And probably working with some of our business partners is probably the best way that they could learn what it's like to really produce a real product for our customers.
Robert, your background is real steeped in correctional industries, and Pat, yours is in workforce development and reentry. And the purpose of this teleconference is to begin to look at correctional industries that for a long time has been self-sustaining, independent, self-contained, and broaden that out a little bit so that they begin participating in more of a systems approach to reentry. And that's where people like you come in with the workforce development. Can you talk a little bit about, first, what this whole workforce development piece is, the whole systems approach, and then maybe what some linkages are between correctional industries and the broader group of partners who are working in reentry?
Well, you know, Catherine, there is a natural relationship between correctional industries and workforce development, especially when you consider or understand that workforce development is being redefined. Workforce development is much more than just job placement. Redefined workforce development is a process that provides the tools and support to support the offender as they not only obtain employment but retain employment. And that's a critical message that we want to convey. We want to have our people get jobs and then keep the jobs. On the front end, correctional industries can be thought of as a program or part of a process that provides positive and productive options for the inmates. Preparing them for life after incarceration, give them the soft skills and the hard skills to participate in today's workforce.
So what we're talking about is we're bringing correctional industries to the table, we're bringing workforce development people to the table and saying, let's do a systems approach. And what you're saying then is that correctional industries really provide some great opportunities for offenders in terms of job skills and being able to go from the inside to the outside to work. And you're saying, but they're not going to be able to do it without addressing all these other needs as well. You know, needs, as you mentioned, all the things that help you to maintain and sustain employment. So if we're just giving people job skills, and then we put them out in the community without services and wraparound services to maintain those job skills, then we're missing a piece. But if we collaborate and we have a systems approach to that, then we're going to be able to help those offenders. Give me your take on that. What are some of the examples? We're going to be talking about partnership later, but give us some specifics on that. Who are we talking about bringing to the table with correctional industries?
Well, you know, Robert and I, we've been talking about that, and we've thought about the necessity to have Department of Labor there to give current information about the labor market. We don't just want to provide training for training's sake. We want to provide training that hopefully will lead to employment post-release. We want to include social services agencies, the faith-based organizations that can provide the safety net for our people as they exit out and get back into the community. And quite frankly, any entity, any program, any service that would touch the life of the offender should be at the table.
Ultimately, we're not just about getting offenders jobs on the outside. Ultimately, what we're after is improved community safety and reducing crime. So maybe a quick response from each of you on what role does correctional industries and workforce development play in reducing repeat crime and in increasing safety of communities?
Robert?
Go ahead. Well, there are a number of studies which show the effectiveness of the correctional industries in reducing recidivism, which is the bottom line in terms of outcome, getting offenders employment, keeping them from coming back into the prison. And I think we'll get into some of the discussions, some of those studies later. But so it's a proven program. The other points I want to make is also the magnitude of the problem that we face is great. Our challenge is great. There are 600,000 inmates each year that come back into our communities out of federal and state prisons. So it's a real challenge. As you indicate, Catherine, we have been sort of isolated into our own program in the past, but we need to reach out in collaboration because we have a great deal to be proud about, and we have not really communicated our story, and now's the opportunity to do so. The needs are great in workforce development, so I think the time is right to really get the message out that we have a great story to tell in correctional industries.
And also serving as a broker, correctional industries can put a new face on the offender, can talk about the skills that they do have, that the fact that they will come to work on time, that they do take pride in their product, and also basically dispelling some of the myths and misconceptions associated with hiring offenders in the first place.